Looking for room, it's Marshall. 7-yard pickup on that one. Is now 2nd and 3.
And I think this is the key in this game, man. These rivalry games, it's about passion, it's about emotion. And coming to this game, we saw him. Last week, man, he had over 100. Last year in the blowout, he was a non-factor. He's got to be the catalyst in this game. You can't have a repeat of what happened a year ago, where you're throwing the football because you're behind and you got beat down. Got to establish the line of scrimmage.
Just feeds the running back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Underwood trying to cut through the noise. Snags it over the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Running inside, it's Marshall. They'll stop him at the 46 after a 5-yard pickup.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins. Big physical runners that also had sprinter speed and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Quickly to the tight end. Oh my goodness, he's still moving. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. And the Wolverines, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
Plucks it out of the air. There he goes. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
Well, I like this quarterback being aggressive and taking a shot. Just a better play there by the defense.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Here's Underwood. Rushes on him. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And they'll send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And that one took everything he had to sneak it over the cross. The Wolverines offense heads out ready to go on the attack. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Looking for a crease, it's Marshall. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I can go back to 2006 when they were 1-2 in the country. You know, like, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And you think about some of the great coaches that embrace the sidelines in this rivalry. Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. And it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry doesn't even have one.
Makes the grab down the middle. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Underwood fires to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. Taking it the other way. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season just has a good feel.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. He's got it. Got room at the 35. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. The offense set for a first down play. The run inside. It's Marshall. Maybe a crease. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
Quarterback keeps it. Oh, he's got some space. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long.
That was a nice catch right near the line of scrimmage. Man, you want to get some yak after the catch and try to make a play, but that defense was right on him, got him on the ground too quick.
Hey, guys, this running back's not just catching checkdowns or swing routes. You can get him vertically down the field and let him go to work, especially when you get man coverage. Take advantage.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. Underwood trying to cut through the noise. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
Man, this quarterback's got a short-term memory, boy. After the interception on the last drive, that looked so ugly, but he's come out and he's been able to turn the page. 4 for 4 now on this drive, throwing it. He's got himself right back in, locked in a really, really nice rhythm. I don't think you have anything to worry about if you're the head coach looking at your quarterback, seeing how he's responded to that mistake on the last drive.
And I'd love to see this offense be physical like this to finish the first half. Like, you're up by 3, put a good first half together. Going into the half right here, got a chance to make this a 2-score game, and I want to chew a lot of this clock. I don't want to give them a...
Got some room headed to the goal line. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They want to run this quarterback. Turning it on! Crosses midfield. The 30. The 20. He is in! Touchdown, Michigan!
And if the defense didn't know, they know now. That QB right there, man, that dude can fly. This offense is so explosive because the guy who gets the football can take off and make big plays at any point on the field, and he shows you how it's done right there.
Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Marshall. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Here's Underwood to throw. Gonna take a shot. He's got it down the field. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
A lot of scoreboard watching today, fellas, but fear not, Week 13, we've got you covered here on the College Football Update Show. Let's get things popping this week with Kentucky taking on the number 11 team, the Louisville Cardinals. Now back over to your game in Columbus. So far today, the most dominant player on the field has been that DB. Pass breakups, shutting down one side of the field. He's been a one-man wrecking crew, and he's played a big part in this halftime lead. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Michigan and Ohio State plays out.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Parker. Not nearly as much as So here comes the Michigan offense. On the run, it's Marshall. Breaks into the open.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Throwing, Underwood. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Here's Underwood. Quickly to the flat in the wide receiver screen. Working their way closer and closer, a third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Making side adjustments here. Keeping it on the ground with the running back.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Working the middle, it's complete. A likely touchdown-saving tackle, but the catch and run takes it down to the 7.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And you gotta love seeing that if you're the head coach of this team, right? You always want to see your team start fast early in games and then also start fast at the beginning of the 3rd quarter. You had a big lead, you take the ball right away here in the second half, you drive it down the field, and you score. This offense has been dialed in right.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Underwood fires complete on the crosser. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Nice job by the quarterback and receiver there working on the crossing route. And a big thing for the quarterback there, you've got to be able to give your receiver time to work through all the traffic, get by the linebackers in the middle of the field, and work all the way over to the other side. The offensive line has to give the quarterback time, and the QB's got to be patient, but it all worked out perfectly, and they're able to get a big play.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Nice 1st down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run or high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a 2nd down and long situation.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Underwood. The screen, and watch out. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game, they pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that run.
Bryce Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. Working that left side now. And he's not going to be able to convert. Knocked down just inches shy of the 1st down.
Well, I know there's a lot of people out there thinking, hey, it's 3rd down, you got to throw to the sticks here, but I like the call getting the drag. You get the catch, he advances it a little bit, doesn't quite pick it up, but now you've set up 4th and...
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Quarterback will keep it. He's loose down the left side. Past the 20. Touchdown, Michigan! And the stomping has commenced. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership.
The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. So that last touchdown made it a two-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
He'll run it again. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. You hate to see an injury any time. Holly's going to keep an eye on that and get us up to date on what the situation is. Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. Underwood trying to cut through the noise. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And the Wolverines will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a production right down the boulevard. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. Timeout signal forward by the Buckeyes. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. This attack so lethal with that big play capability. Now 1st and 10. Here's a little room there. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, and they've finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And that will extend their lead even further.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down, at the end of the day, it still comes.
So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. The give to the lone running back.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They cross out all of the M's on campus. They call them the school up north. But this year, Ohio State will have to call Michigan the victors in the game as they plant their flag in this rivalry for another year. That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.